Hi everyone, welcome back to Crochet Rocks. Tracy here. And if you haven't already, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. Oh, wow. So, should we do the joke before I forget? Yeah, I think we should. Okay, where was we? Done that one. Where are we? Oh yeah. Ready for this? You're not getting any older. You're becoming a classic. That's me, a classic. Okay. The email of today, as stated below, was yesterday. I love these. I'll be sad when they're over. Let me clarify. Let me clarify means you completely misunderstood my last message, you idiot. That's what that means. It certainly does. Just to clarify. I'm really using these little things you rip off. These little aid memoirs that I can then use. So yesterday's one is now gone. You've got your father's blood pumping through your veins. You're a killer. Cad Bane. Okay, there we go. Got Gary him for Christmas. Scary, scary old Cad Bane. Yes, indeed. Really kind of scary looking. But, you know, to be honest, he's a puppet, you know. This is the thing. They can look really scary, but they are puppets. It kind of reminds me of my romance with Scott Tracy that I told you about earlier. These things, you know, are true, and there is nothing funnier than the truth sometimes. So I did share that one with you. But I know. Hand cream time. Done on the bits. There is a video today on Rocksteady. Yes, another one popping up today. Yep. Well, hey, we're going. We're off and running. House is an absolute bomb site, I have to say. Really is. I mean, I know that there are people who are living in actual bomb sites, so I suppose that is a little bit of a, you know, overstatement, but seriously, switching rooms around means there is stuff absolutely everywhere. And nothing can actually be completed yet. And it's just, you know, if we had the luxury of as we were talking last night to Gary's brother about his house, where he's got so many rooms, I'll throw everything in there for now. We don't have that luxury. So we just it just plants itself everywhere. Yeah. And also, with a place like his, I was saying to Gary as we were sitting in the living room last night, if we had this house, those units that were way too big for this house would actually look too small in that one, because they've got such high ceilings. They would seem tiny in comparison, which isn't that funny. It's like the wardrobe that is floor to ceiling here would have lots of room above it. Like twice as much space. It's like, honestly, why did they make ceilings so high in those days? It's not like anyone was that tall. And if you go back in time, people were actually shorter. So, you know, did they actually need to have 20-foot high rooms? Don't understand it. Could have got more stories in, more floors, or just shorter housing. It just made things so big. And with heat rising, places like that are always cold because all the heat rises. It's hard to warm them. Anyway, dinner was lovely. We had steak with potatoes that had been cooked in their skins and then scooped out and whisked up with other bits and then put back and baked again. That was really, really nice. Gary does those very, very well. So yeah, we had that, and then we'd also, what did we have before? we had soup. Oh, it was lovely. Tomato soup with crusty bread, of course. And then for dessert, Gary requested a lemon meringue pie. He thought that she'd just go out and buy one, but no, she made it from scratch. And it was very, very nice. All of us ate way too much. Well, I say all of us. Myself and Gary did, for sure. Martin always eats well. Gary and Martin come from a family of good eaters. So, in a way, so do I. And so does my son Paul. I've never known anyone who can eat quite as much. Well, my dad, but, you know, Paul, I think, could give him a run for his money, to be honest with you. Although he is watching his food at the moment and doing really well, apparently. But that boy, seriously, he could wipe you out of food and fizzy drinks like that. Seriously, I've never known anyone. And Michael is a good eater. Is my other son, my youngest. For those of you who are new to me, Paul's my eldest son, Michael's my youngest son. Michael's a good eater, but nowhere near. He used to have the capacity to eat, you know, a fair amount. Doesn't so much now. But even when he did eat a lot, nowhere near as much as Paul. Paul holds the record in that department. And of course, Gary, he is a very good eater. I say they come from a family where everybody in their family basically worked in kitchens or was a chef at some point. So they're all very good cooks and all very good eaters. And they like their kind of luxury foods because that's how they were brought up. And, you know, so I had no chance when I got into this family. I come from a family that eat lots. And I come into a family that cook lots, you know. So it was destined to plant itself around my stomach and my butt and everywhere, basically. Needs to come off now, though. Nice cup of tea. This is my new cup that I got for Christmas in my little set. I haven't tried the tea yet, I have to say. It's a bedtime tea, and I never remember at bedtime because I'm usually walking around like this, zombie alert, you know. So I don't remember that there's an evening drink that I could have that might soothe me off to sleep. So I will try it. I think the little pot of bags are in the cupboard, so I know where they are. But the kitchen at the moment, they've got a sideboard that we had two of them. One is broken up. The other one is still intact. Its carcass is still intact. Drawers are piled on top. It needs emptying a little bit more, and then I'll take it to the yarn van. There is a chest of drawers out there that I'm not sure if they're going or not. So you know, basically, if not, I'll probably remove one little white set that I've got that I fit for not much, and put that there instead. But yeah, lots of stuff has now been taken out there, which needs a home. So that I'll be glad to get the sideboard in rather than that chest of drawers, because although I do fill up that chest of drawers, I have all of my hooks. Well, not all. The sets are not in there, but the individual ones, they're in the drawers. And you know, what's left of my diamond painting and cross stitch is in there, and knitting needles, because they're long, so they fit in the drawer. So that's the only thing really that's in there at the moment, but that can all find a new home, you know. I need the storage. And also I've vowed to myself, this is one of my, it's not a New Year's resolution because that's gone, but it's one of these little things that I'm going to go through all my stuff with a mercenary eye and throw stuff out. Yeah, well, we'll see if that works. Now I'm going to do a little chat over on Rocksteady this morning because I've got something to show, and it's not big enough to do a video on its own. So I'm going to do like a little chat over there. So if you want to join me, you know, like I used to do a slim chat over on, you know, well, that kind of, although I am going to be back on a diet, but I won't be bringing that back, I don't think, anyway. So I think I'm going to just stick to rock steady. Anything can go over there. So yeah, I'm going to do that little, it's not an unboxing. It came in this bag, unbagging. But it's something that looks quite cool, and I did get something along these lines earlier on, but it wasn't as good. So I might show and contrast it. This almost sounds like research. Of course it's not. Anyway, not much else to tell you apart from the fact that this house is a wreck. So it's hard to sit down and do anything constructive like crochet or designing while all this is going on. So I'll be so glad when it's all back to where it should be. So I'm waiting for the postman to come and collect my orders, and then late last night I got another one, and I thought I could go out there in the freezing cold and then try and get that sorted and add it to this, and I thought no, you can collect it tomorrow. It only came in late last night, so I'll do that one tomorrow and any more that come in. But yeah, so I'm waiting for him, and then once he's been, I can then pop off to a shop called Dunelm and measure up in the bedroom for a blind, because I don't think I can put the curtains back now. If I'd brought the units forward a little bit maybe, but even if they were up now, that would be fine. But of course Gary's got to put the track up, and he'd taken that down to wallpaper, so now it means drilling, and you can't drill when you can't get down there. So unless there's a drill that goes like that, there's no chance of that. And my hand cream almost slipped my tea out of my hand. I wasn't holding it with two hands. Yeah, so I'm going to go in search of a blind, because at the moment there's not a chance of me sleeping in this room because the sun pours in. And it might not be a bad thing if it wakes me up at, say, 7 in the morning. It's unusual to have the sun at the moment. It's been really awful out, but we've got sunshine today. Freezing cold, but sunny. It really is bitter at the moment, and over the next few days it's going to be just as cold. So next week apparently we've got a bit of warmer weather coming in, but it won't be warm. It'll just not be this cold. But it is absolutely awful at the moment. It doesn't really thrill you with the idea of going outside. It's that cold, and bundled up from head to toe with gloves on and everything else if you have to. See, normally speaking, I don't. Even in the winter, I can just put on a jacket and go out because I don't feel the cold. But this is off the charts. This is different. And I suppose living by the sea with that breeze, that's you feel it even more. Certainly when you go shopping, say if you go on the mainland and suddenly you get out of the car, you think, oh, it's not so bad. But it is here. And if you go up into the town and you go to Tesco's, it's even worse. Just whistles off the sea, because it's right by the Thames estuary there, and it really does kind of bite you. Certainly does. I used to do walks along there when we had oil rigs parked during lockdown. They didn't know what to do with the oil rigs, the floating ones that are like portable. If an oil rig can be portable, that's a portable oil rig. And they had one there, and then all of a sudden another one appeared. I saw it go by. I took photos and said, because Gary was at work, and I said, look what just went by. I went, how bizarre is that? And then we saw them parked up, because we can actually see the docks from here, even though it's miles away. You can still see it, so we could just look across. If we had a boat, it would be really quick to get there. Well, wouldn't be that easy to get down the cliff, I know, but yeah, if we had a way down and we had a boat, we could just go shopping really quickly. I've often wanted a boat, you know. Gary's not really keen on water, but I think he likes a bit of sea fishing. Not that we really have been fishing much. When we first before we moved in here, we used to fish every now and then. He would fish. Occasionally he'd set up a rod for me, but he'd have to look after them both, because I'd sit there crocheting or I was too cold and get in the car. And you know, once we went to the beach at Shellness, and that we were just inundated with flies, and I couldn't cope with that. So I said, no, I'm going to go in the car. So I just sat in the car, and I think I made a video or did some crochet or something. So although I'm with him, I'm not, if you know what I mean. I'm actually sitting there. But he always went when it was cold, you know. You couldn't just sit there and enjoy it. If it was summer, you were plagued by flies. And so anyway, I'm going to get off and upload this one. And oh, go make some sense of the kitchen. Try and tidy up a little bit. Fighting a losing battle, I know. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.